The AR-75 ET is a small wheel loader weighing only 6 tonnes, but it's unusual because it's got a telescopic boom. It comes in a small Atlas Weycor branded box, but as is so often typical, there's no information about the real machine. Inside there's the usual pair of trays, and if we separate them the model sits nicely inside. And there's nothing else in the box other than soft paper which is there to protect it. There's some tape to remove as it's securing some removable pins. But there's no assembly to do because this model is complete out of the box. The detail underneath is good because the transmission is modelled well, and the tyres have a very good tread pattern. At the back there's some sharp graphics on the curved engine cover, and the lights are painted. At the pivot point the steering ram is seen, but there's no hydraulic hoses. The cab detailing is good inside, including a textured floor. There are a few plastic elements on the model, and that includes the main mirrors, the grab rails on the cab, and also the lights. But one good touch on the model is the mud flaps, which are made of nice soft rubber. The boom is good with the thin hydraulic rams having metal jackets, and there's nice hydraulic detailing at the top of the boom. The metal shovel is fine with its sharp teeth. Once again we venture out into the harsh environment of the Cranes etc. test track, but the little AR-75 doesn't care and it rolls along just fine. If we pick it up we can see that the wheels on each axle are fixed to common axles so they spin together, and like a typical wheel loader there's a degree of oscillation in the rear axle. The steering across the pivot point is good because it's quite stiff, so it holds a pose if you want to set one, and the AR-75 is perfectly happy going round in circles. Another feature on the model is the opening engine cover at the back, although it does look like you need to be vertically challenged to service this machine because the cover doesn't open very much. If you do take a peek inside you can see there's a plastic engine. Let's move to the front end and look at the unusual digging arrangement. And firstly the movement of the shovel is very good in the lowered position, and it can adopt a reasonable carry angle. To raise the shovel you elevate the telescopic boom, and that works quite well, although the main ram does lose a little bit of straightness at the top end. Telescoping the boom also works, although it was very sticky on the review model. However, in terms of the tipping angle it's very good, and the shovel can be positioned in pretty much any position. There is another worthwhile feature on the model, and that is that the shovel is removable. There's a couple of small pins which are a bit tricky to remove when you have salami-sized fingers, but once they're out you can remove the shovel. And here the AR-75 is driven up to put the shovel back on. What the hell is this? Another one sleeping on the job? Let's get back to work with the genuine imitation real-life test. And here the AR-75 arrives with a shovel load of sand to tip into a road tipper. We need to extend the boom to get up and over, but watch out lads, it's a bit stiff. Just to clarify, that boom is a bit stiff. Will the operator listen? No, he doesn't listen. What a mess. Have another go and get it right. This time the operator approaches, and let's just say this time he's got his boom well and truly up. This is a nicely detailed small model from NZG with some good functionality. Given the removable shovel, it would have been nice if the model had included some lifting forks. But overall it's still nice and good enough to be highly recommended.